Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Camp Patton Family Compound. It is time for Monday Night Fireside Chat, and tonight's topic, continuing with canning, the best stoves for canning. All right, so let's check. Of course, I got Tammy and Mark here with me, and going to go to the comments and make sure I got everybody saying hello to. So first one in was Mark with his Chef Tech making that one. Then Troop 1351 posted that they've been a member for 17 months, followed by Walt Rogers, been a member for 18 months. Phelan Klein Wolf came in, and then Kaylin Strain's been a member for 19 months. Let's see who else we got down here. Diana Too's here. Mother Earth Garden Club. Checked Off is in the house. Chipper 66 is here. Suzanne Galley. And it's the Marshmallow Man. Oh, and Geeky Gardens is here. All right. So I was really, it was about, I guess it was about 45 minutes ago, I was really getting nervous because all of a sudden I hear thump, 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 rumble, rumble, rumble. What the crap? And then all of a sudden, in a soft rumble, getting louder, 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 louder. And then another one, I go, so, oh, we're going to get a thunderstorm. So I took my Kindle outside, looking around, nothing, it stopped. I go, okay. And I just start looking, also big old flashlight, dang, and I start, the thunder is louder than crap out there. And I'm filming a couple of the flashes, cut the flashes straight on. And then all of a sudden, ting, ting,
oh,
ting,
no.
ting, 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 ting. And the hail just started coming down on the metal roof over the patio. And the wind starts blowing. The trees are going, oh, great, we're going to get a power outage.
Or a tornado.
Well, put it this way. We are about 10 miles outside of the tornado path. It's on the other side of Interstate 15. And it never comes on this side of Interstate 15.
Never say never.
Don't say that.
No, because the way the hill curves around us on either side.
Oh.
So it goes out on the flat. It goes right along the edge out on the flat. And it misses us, Mrs. Shelley, hits Idaho Falls.
Okay.
And hits Blackfoot on the other end. So we're just kind of just offset a little bit, the way Snake River bends. We're just offset a little bit. So it just goes. And the old timers said the old timers, talking like the one guy, Kay, have you seen the city council videos? He's the guy that comes in, looks like he's been dead for 40 years and sits down. He goes, never seen a tornado on this side of 15 his entire life. So, but they do get occasionally, but things when they do have a warning up, my daughter gets the warning, she calls me. She has the app on her phone and nothing. And Sumi's in the house now. All right. Tonight we're going to show you a bunch of different things. I got one here to show you too when we get it going here, but we're going to blow through the pictures and then we're going to talk about it. So best stoves for canning. Of course, in my opinion, I grew up this way. It's a natural gas stove like this one here is, but let's go through them. Oh, that kind of looks like the one my grandmother had.
hers was an avocado.
No, hers was white. This is before avocado. We're talking the early 60s, and it with the analog clock in the back there, with the little red line on it. You push the knob in, you turn it, you set the timer. But we a stove just about like that. We would have two big canners going, and a big pot of blackberry jam stuff being mixed up constantly. And then we have one off on the side that someone else was mashing while the one was cooking and getting ready. All right, next one here. A nice gas one. I don't like this one though. Can you guess why I don't like this?
Because the controls are in the middle. That is a stove top with no oven.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
one
there's
of
an
the
oven
ones
on that one.
you go to reach up there and it's like, ow, ow, ow.
Yeah. They get greasy and dirty.
Yeah.
And you're bumping your knuckles.
There's a frightening one right there. You can do it. Got to be careful.
I got one.
I got three of them.
Yeah. This is this is the Camp Chef one. The Camp Chef ones are better than some of the other no-name ones because they got better control on the heat.
That's the problem.
I got the two. This is the Expedition 2-burner. I got a 2-burner Expedition here and a 3-burner Expedition. And then of course there's the
They're all basically the same.
The Tahoe 3-burner, which has a little bit. The burners aren't as hot on the Tahoe.
Yeah, those are hard to get up to pressure or to get the water boiling.
Yeah, these are definitely not as hot. From one of the scouts has it, your mother's has it, and she goes, "Yeah, it takes a long time to pan fry anything on them."
Yeah.
Oh, I got a double burner one. I had a machine sheet metal shop make me a 1/2-inch plate steel with 3/16 borders around it for a flat top griddle. Yep. I used that thing I still have it. Obviously, it's not going anywhere. I used that thing for years cooking at the Ford store I was at. Made cheesesteaks on all that. It had its issues because it had hot spots in certain areas if the heat was too high, but that was great. I love it. But yeah, for canning on that thing, that's a 60,000 BTU burner. Sure, you could bring it up to a boil really fast and get your 10-minute vent time and then put the thing on there. Well, your contents didn't come up to temperature yet, so everything siphons everywhere. And it gets too hot, too cold. You got to play with the controls constantly.
Yeah.
That's a 3-burner.
And then, of course, this is the one in my kitchen. It's a indoor-outdoor propane one. And this is from the video where I did the canning on it. Mm-hmm. And when I got it set, the temperature, it rose just right. I hardly had to change it. I got it just right by accident. At first, I got it up to temp pressure, and it stayed at pressure. I maybe had to nudge it just a little bit once. And that's one thing I like about gas, whether it's propane or natural. You have very delicate changes on it where electric you don't.
Yeah.
Infinite control.
Yeah. Whereas that white thing in the back there with the induction hot plate on it. I mean, oh geez, that thing's yeah. My wife said she'd never can on that one. This is a cool little one that someone made for their
I've done one of those.
Canning.
Yeah, just a burner top. Yep.
Take an RV stovetop and drop it right in butcher block.
Yep. And it has a plug on it too, so you can use the electric igniter. Mm-hmm. All right, and then of course you got your glass tops.
So you want to go there, Tim? You want to go there, Tammy? Or you want me to go down the
we'll go down the glass tops in a little bit. We'll go down the glass tops in a little bit. Okay.
I've done it.
Yeah. And then here is an electric hot plate one.
Good luck.
I've done that too for jam.
Another glass top.
Another glass top. And I guess there's a couple different types of glass tops. Some of them you can see the heating element come on. Some of them you can't. Some are infrared. Some are just radiation. Mm-hmm. Then there's my great grandmother's one.
There you go.
I like that one.
I would love to have some place to put that here.
I have one of those at my cabin. It's not it's home comfort, but it's not that model. But it has the 6 burners and the box on the side for the water.
Yeah.
Reservoir.
And it has the bread warmer up above.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the pipe, I can't find the pipe for it, or I'd be using it right now.
Yeah. And here's another version with actually a gauge down on the oven. But yeah, you can do. And what's people don't get is this is what was originally used for the longest time.
That's all you had.
People out in the middle of nowhere did not have natural gas, did not have electricity, did not have propane. They had wood burning stoves. That's what my grandmother grew up on. Was one of these. Mm-hmm. And there's one in use. In fact, I think it's that one from the last one. We'll go back here. Yeah, it's this one here. That's the burner right off to the left here where my cursor's wiggling around there.
Well, because your firebox is at the bottom left.
Yeah. So so that's where that one's being done, and that's a Best Made brand. Let's see here. Then now that people are talking about using
rocket stove.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there because you see how it's blackened up the sides? You should not have your flames ever going up the sides like that. It will cause it to boil out more water and you could run your canner dry. Never have that going up the sides like that. That's a bad.
Well, if that rocket stove was started properly before he put the pot on there wouldn't be any soot marks on it.
Right.
It's just the way rocket stoves are. So they started it early and got the soot and the smoke on it. But those things get ridiculous hot, and you could absolutely blow jars up inside your pot.
Yeah.
All right, and then of course this is the last one. This is our dream stove. This is a 60-inch wide Wolf. My mom. Well, all right. My mom's stepfather for his catering company is all he used for all his trucks and in his commercial kitchens was Wolf stoves. I grew up on Wolf stoves, and this is one with a big griddle thing in the middle. But it's the one we actually want has 5 pairs of burners across the top. So basically, got 10 burners on it. And then it has a big steel plate you can lay over several of the burners, whichever ones you want. That's a griddle.
Ooh,
that's the one we want. But, anyways, and now the one thing I didn't put in there, and I got it right here for you. One of these.
Butane.
Yeah, the butane things that drop in the side here, and the can goes in there. Yeah, so
you can't can on that; it doesn't get hot enough.
Yeah, and that's how it's kind of figuring too. Plus, it's like I always thought, all right, how long is that little can gonna last? If you got
about an hour and a half. Go ahead, Tammy.
If you convert that to methane, you can use it. But otherwise, you're going to run out of fuel. You're not going to be able to change it. But you can actually get the big biodigesters and convert that to methane. Then you might be able to use it.
There is a neat attachment I have found for these, but you got to leave that side open because you got to run a hose out. And it has an adapter that goes in there, goes to your big propane tanks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 at my cabin. I took them camping. They're great for cooking eggs and just short things, but the problem is those little butane cans, after about 5 minutes of cooking, they freeze, and all of a sudden your flame starts dropping down, and you got to swap the cans out and warm it up or something because that's how they work.
Yeah.
They're those little ones because you don't. I mean, those are equivalent of what maybe a 1/3 pound bottle. Those little cans.
I don't know if it's even that much.
All right. And okay, so Diana says we can on electric coil stove burner. Okay.
Now, while we're on the subject of the burners, if you're using an electric stove, you need a D-coil burner. If you try to use a regular coil burner, it will burn it out. It'll break. It'll burn out. It'll break. You want to invest in a D coil, and that the D is how it plugs in to the electric. It's a little bit different. It's sturdier, and it's actually D shaped. So those are special. You have to buy them. They used to come standard. One would be a decoil and the rest were not. And now they're no longer standard. You have to buy them separate.
Yeah. Now that's the exposed coil you're talking about?
Yeah.
That you set right on the coil. Yeah. Okay. I was getting, stuff, and then the grandkids came over, so I forgot that I was going to look for some of those pictures of the old electric stoves that had the exposed coils you set right on.
You showed one in the beginning. It's just an electric stove. They're still the same.
Yeah. Well, we'll see the unlike the glass top ones and stuff. This is it sits up, and the pans sit on top of the coils. Right. What I was talking about. Yeah. I didn't think I had one of those in there.
All you did was just a standard electric stove. They're all like that.
Yeah. Well, no, because the stove we have here. The one in the background there, that's a glass top with the infrared little dots all the way around in circles on it.
The new ones are problematic. The old ones, you used to be able to pressure can on it, but it wasn't suggested because it traps so much heat under there, bigger than the coil area, you could fracture the glass.
Yeah.
And now they put a thermostat control, so it gets up to a certain temperature and it turns on, off, on, off, on, off. And you just can't get them up the pressure. They just won't.
Let's see if we can find something here. Yeah. So, come on, show it where it's actually. Okay, here we go. So what I was thinking about was like this one here. Let's see if I can find a better where the burner is on top. The old hot plate type burners they had for stoves.
That's that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's your coils.
Yeah. But like the stove that was in the first house we bought across the street didn't have that type of electric. They were glass top, not the others. Yeah. But
those little single coil stoves, the ones you can just buy and put on a tabletop, those only run on 120 volts. So chances of you getting that thing hot enough to pressure can on are slim.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, see, that's the type stovetop I was thinking about. Yeah.
Grew up on
that's
those.
The one you needed to get a decoil. It plugs in the same way, but it has a different shape at the plug-in, and it keeps it from snapping off.
I watched my dad singe many an eyebrows trying to light a cigarette on one of those. Yes, I went there.
No, because I was thinking something else popped in my mind. What popped in my head was from Blazing Saddles when Mongo went to light his cigar and bent his whole head down into the campfire.
Oh yeah. Basically
now,
the same.
My dad though, he got caught. He got caught once in the house smoking. And he just had it, and he just put it up against the burner, just off on the slide, and just stuck it over there. And he was going to run outside the door. He got caught. So he got more fuel for his Zippo. That'll leave a mark.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, in my opinion, not having canned hardly ever at all, other than water bath canning, I love natural gas or propane.
Or propane.
Especially if it has, for some reason, the natural gas stoves seem to have better control than the propane ones do.
No, natural gas has a higher BTU rating. Propane
is
a lower BTU rating. It's the other way around.
Yes.
Yep.
Propane is higher.
Now,
I think it goes backwards.
Yep. And to touch on that, if you're buying a propane burner to can on like those Campmore stoves, or that's not the brand name you use, but that's what I
Camp
use.
Chef.
Camp Chef. you want to make sure that your burner is less than, and I'm going to look at it right here because
50,000.
24,000 BTUs.
Yeah.
24,000 BTUs. And yeah, you can go down to your local propane company and they will give you a regulator.
Yeah.
So, okay, all these people, they want to use a turkey fryer, which you didn't show a picture of a turkey fryer. Good. Because that will melt your
canner.
$300 canner you just bought. So you have to go to the propane paste and get a reducer to bring it down to 24,000 or less BTUs. You don't want to spend that much money on a canner and then melt it. It's not fun.
And so what she's talking about is this right here. These things here, these big monsters, high pressure propane. Yeah.
I bought one to use out at the cabin, and I fired it up here. I can't. Once you have to pretty much have it full flame.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's like barely any control. You turn it too low, and you get this giant air gap, and the flame goes out. Yeah. So you need a pressure regulator.
I don't recommend. Yeah, I don't recommend them, and you definitely have to get a pressure regulator. It's just not worth it.
Yeah. The only thing I think is kind of unique. So this one over here that I got with the two rings on it has multiple controls on it, and here's the one that like it installed over here where you got the different controls so you can control the heat a little bit better on this side. This is not a turkey fryer type. This is a lower BTU one. Now let me go ahead and hit this, and because I got something else typed in there, and see if it's going to show a diffuser. So you got different types of diffusers you can put on. Here we go. Here's the cast iron diffusers. Yeah. Steel plates. You lay it on there. It diffuses the heat across and helps extend the life of your
pots and pans.
So if your thing's doing flames like that, you don't want to use that. No.
No.
Yeah. And here you go. Here is a diffuser on top of a stove because they were trying to use the legs on here. The heat, since there's no real contact, it's not going to heat very well.
You're going to waste a lot of gas.
Yeah. If you had a cast iron Dutch oven, you just put it right. You put that so the legs go down between the grill and just put it on there.
Yep. One stove you didn't show, nobody thought of, the Coleman white gas camp stove.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have one
with a little pumpy thing on the side. You pump it up, and that thing just generates some brutal heat. But they're small.
So back to the cast iron with a feet. If it has cast iron with a feet, it is designed for a campfire. If it is cast iron without the feet, it is designed for a wood stove or a regular stove. But if it has feet, it is only designed to be used over a campfire.
Yeah.
FYI. That's how you can tell them apart.
Yeah. And also the ones with feet are meant to be stacked as well.
Yes.
I don't think you could water bath can one of those unless you're doing like 4-ounce jars.
No, it would not be fun.
No. Anyways. Let's see. We got a couple of burners in my mosque for shed for emergency use. Fortunately, they have good regulators on them. Yeah. And all right. So Sumi prefers electric. Yeah. Sturdy iron grid that holds the pots above the flames. Yeah. It's like so unfortunately they do not make as far as I've been able to find, a pressure canner for use on an induction stovetop. They do
use those. Make those. They are made by not a company you would think of. It makes other pots and pans. I can't think of it, and they're very expensive.
It's got to be stainless because you can't use aluminum on an induction, or maybe you can, but I wouldn't.
All right. What they I have some from Tefal, some skillets that are aluminum, but they got the steel plate on the bottom. That's sandwiched in between the aluminum, and it's the steel plate, and so that's what induction heats the whole pan up.
That's what you need for the magnetic induction going on in there is the stainless. Not aluminum just doesn't do it.
Yeah, and actually you don't want stainless. Stainless sometimes, a lot of times, won't work because it's got a different magnetic properties. They put a regular steel wafers, 440 steel. Trying to remember here, folks. I may be wrong. Don't quote me on this. But it's not stainless steel. It's like a mild plate steel they put in between the when they manufacture it. Huh?
Is it copper?
No, it's steel, mild steel, and then they put the aluminum and sandwich it and so it's compressed.
It's laminated.
It's laminated so the iron plate never sees water ever.
And that's what gets hot.
I think the company that makes the induction stove canners is Tefal.
Yeah,
T-FAL.
Yes. I think that I know because I know I had a couple really good of their skillets that were not Teflon, but the ceramic coating on the inside. Unfortunately, somebody who shall remain nameless, who married my daughter, had the heat way up and killed the ceramic.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah. All right, Glenn just showed up too. Okay, I know several showed up here. Okay, so Little Lone Preppers in the house, Lee from Cold War Preppers here, and Glenn from How to Garden came in. And if I missed anybody else, I apologize. Jay's in the house. There's Jay. Yeah, so when it comes, basically, I would have to say, like Sumi prefers electric. I grew up on natural gas. The propane was in my grandfather's catering trucks. So they had 2 of those 60-inch Wolf stoves in the catering trucks. Yes. I would love to have gotten one of those trucks when he sold it if was smart at the time. And anyways, yeah. And so I grew up, as a teenager, helped during the summertime, going out on location shoots, motion picture studios location shoots, cooking in those things with my mom. So I grew up cooking on propane on the Big Wolf stoves, and I just, I don't know. It's just it's what you become skilled at. If it's electric or gas or propane, whatever it is probably, as long as you find a good one that works for your canner, is probably going to be the best stove for you. Called with legs a spider. Yeah, it's a 3-legged spider. More like a milk stool than a spider. Okay, question. Are there any self-contained options, i.e. Instapot, that can can? Yes, you can in Instapot. More and more people are trying it and doing it. I don't hear. Have you seen many people complaining about failures, Tammy?
I use the Pressure Pot XL, and it's kind of loud back here. I'm sorry. Everybody seems to have lost their ever-loving mind in my house at the moment and is yelling at each other in other various rooms. Sorry if you hear any of that. But I use the Power Pressure XL. There are some of the Instant Pots that people use. The problem I have with the Power Pressure XL, it does have a canner button. It is designed for canning. It is approved. It's the only one that's ever been approved. Is you can only do 4 pints at a time. And even with me downsizing and just being a couple of us at home now, when I'm out at the cabin, I do more than a batch of 4 things at any given time. So it's really not helpful. There is a Ball does make a water bath canner.
Okay,
and that the one thing I have heard what complain about the water bath canner is that people have melted the silicone seals that hold their between their sink and their drain and had water all over underneath their sink.
Ouch.
Yeah, you got to let that water cool off before you run it into your sink. Yeah, that was when they first came out.
But Tammy, what about the all-American electric sterilizer? Yeah, you know all about that one too. You've seen that. Yeah,
I've
the one
seen
meant
it.
for
I've seen them.
medical tools.
hang on to that. I got that coming up here right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I put in electric pressure canner. And this
there it
is
is
what
in the
comes
middle.
up for the electric pressure canners. And here's the All-American 41.5 quart electric sterilizer.
Yeah, it's not a canner.
It's not a canner.
No. But they do All-American does make a 41.5 quart pressure canner as well.
Yeah, just not with the built-in electric coils to like destroy your jars. It doesn't work for that.
So you got here's one with 1, 2, 3. Looks like they're supposed to be able to fit 5 quarts in there for an electric canner on Amazon. Pint. Those are pints. Okay.
Pints.
I was looking for the mouth size to the length of it, but yeah. So there are some.
Yeah, none of the electric ones that I know of hold quarts. They only hold pints. And in the center, second one from the end, that's the Power Pressure XL. I think right there. That one. Yep. That I believe is the Power Pressure XL. Yeah.
Oh, let's see what it says.
Nope. But looks like it. Looks like it from a distance.
Presto.
Yep. Nope.
But what I noticed was up here at the top here, and this is the filter it by, and it says Ball. So if I click on Ball, it still shows everybody else's. But here's your Ball Fresh Tech. Here's the. But it looks more like a watt.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, it is a water bather. It is electric water bather.
Yeah.
And they retail for about $199.
Yeah.
It looks like basically a hot plate with a pot that fits it perfectly.
Yeah.
And then it has a spout so you can empty the water.
Drain it. Yeah.
Right.
But don't drain it directly into your sink right away. Wait.
Let it cool down.
Yes. That somebody learned that lesson and taught it to me, so I didn't have to learn it the hard way.
Yeah. Now, one of the things here, with the whole electric pressure canner, and water bath canners, the biggest drawback I see is what you're going to wind up with a bill at the end of the month. Every month you're using it. Because these things have got to be, even the ones that plug into the 15 amp thing are pulling 1750 watts of power, and so that's going to, of course, unless you happen to have your entire house roof covered with solar panels and you're totally off the grid and you're making electricity to spare,
then buy a wood stove. Don't waste your electric on that.
No. Go back to the home comfort. They're fabulous. The only problem is you can't find the oval stove pipe that goes from the back of the stove up into the warming oven anymore. But we're working on that. I'll find it.
Make a template and find a sheet metal shop.
Sheet metal shop,
Yes,
yeah, fabricator.
Yes. I have a cousin who's a metal fabricator. I just have to. I actually bought a second stove with that, and I'm going to have him duplicate it. So.
Okay, I hear rain starting to come down again.
Uh-oh.
Lightly. So far.
It's supposed to hit here about 2:00 in the morning. So.
Yeah. At the same time when I was on Facebook and I messaged you about it and everything else, Broussard's Homestead posted, "We're okay," and it was because I guess Louisiana down there is getting hit again too.
Oh no!
So whether it's just storms or the witch flying around on a bicycle, I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything on it. I didn't do any more digging because I was getting this set up. But there's storms going. I mean, well, of course. Oh, this morning, I know we were talking about this beforehand. There was a M class. M class not as bad. Not to get to the X class is 1,000 times. Anyways, but it solar flare eruption was hours long. Oh yes, hours long. Yeah, whatever it's looking at, I'm waiting for him to put out another thing maybe on it. For suspicious observers, put out more information on it. It may not be until 5:00 in the morning Mountain Time. Figure your own time out from that when he puts out the update on it. But he'll have the NOAA Emerald Spiral and NASA's Emerald Spiral predictions on it. But I have a feeling it's going to be a really big push out coming off there from that.
Oh, here's your next show: pressure canning using a solar flare as your heat source.
No.
Boom.
I'm not going to use one of those Fresnel lenses either. No.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Nope.
The death ray lens. Yeah.
No. Nope.
No. The only way you can use one of those one of the Fresnel lenses for it is using a reflector. So you have the lens coming down, hits the mirror reflector, aims the focal point up on the bottom of a 1-inch steel plate. So you get the heat from that plate heating up and diffusing out. You just kind of move the pressure canner where it needs to be.
You spend all day rearranging your Fresnel lens and pray the clouds don't come.
Yeah. You just said I'm going to put my hands in there and move the canner. No.
Oh, come on. Live a little.
Jack. Wow.
Live on the edge.
So Jack was on a phone with his friend in Louisiana when it started, so he had a possible twister go over his house, but no real damage. So he had, orbiting clouds, but it wasn't a real twister yet. And of course, fired off about using the volcanoes again.
Ooh, lava heat source.
Hey, give me a hot spring. I'll try it.
Just don't bathe in it if you're trying to can at the same time.
Yeah, if it's that hot of a hot spring, you don't want to be in there.
No. Yeah.
But
I wonder if there isn't somewhere out there in Yellowstone that might work. Now I've got to think about this.
I'm sure there is, but they won't let you near it with anything. They'll be like, "Oh, it's a pressure cooker bomb."
Missouri, don't they have, or Arkansas, Hot Springs, Arkansas? Don't they have hot springs in Hot Springs, Arkansas?
They have in Steamboat Springs.
Yeah. There's in California, up above Sacramento, there's a place that is called, the town is called the Geysers. It is the most seismic active area in California. And they got all sorts of hot geysers up there because, that's the magma's so close. Everything's up, down, shift this way. And so they get earthquakes there all the time.
Your pressure on one of those. Hey, I'm at 15 PSI. Now I'm at 5. Crap, I got to start again. Hey, I'm at 15 PSI. Now I'm at 5. Crap, I got to start again.
Yeah, the whole southern Idaho is a geothermal thing because we have geothermal over here on the east side of Idaho as well. It's not as warm as some of the geothermal over towards was it Homewood and south of Boise. Crap, can't think of the name of that one down there, but yeah. I was waiting for someone to say this. Just leave it outside in the sun. It'll get hot.
Yeah, put it right on a blacktop out in the middle of the street in Dallas. It'll work.
Hey,
Death Valley. Death Valley.
Oh,
Death Valley. Hey, LA. All the asphalt in LA. Woo. Yeah. Yeah, my out there, it was in Glendale where I was born. My grandmother said that she and my mom said, yes, she did it. She fried an egg on the sidewalk in a cast iron pan. Left the cast iron pan out there, got it nice and hot, cracked the egg in it, and cooked it up. Yeah.
I have baked a crescent roll in a solar oven.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've never tried. Probably because I live in the mountains, I don't get enough sun long enough to trees and things.
I've heated up to very hot chili in a sun oven, but like unfortunately, sun ovens is not something you can with.
Well, and here in Michigan, a sun oven is not something you can reliably cook with either. Because I mean, if you don't like the weather, you wait 5 minutes and it changes. And it does get sunny, rain, snow, sleet all in one day. Like that's not the ideal solar oven kind of setup.
So you have the month of May for 36, 40 weeks or so. It may rain, it may be cold, it may be hot, it may be this, it may be that.
It is actually snowed in July on Lake Superior in Michigan. So like it is actually snowed in July in Michigan. So like it could do anything at any time. It is unpredictable.
Yeah.
Kind of like his residence.
And the governor. But anyway.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No.
We wish we couldn't talk about Newsom, the great nuisance. But that guy loves being in front of a camera.
Yeah, just look at how much time he spends on his hair.
That's man. Yeah, I would say when it comes to a hot spring, it's gonna have to be a geyser where you get water hot enough, because or unless you have one that has a good stream feeding it and it's just boiling away all the time, it's not going to get hot enough to can.
Oh, it will, but it's not going to go for 90 minutes trying to do 16 quarts and you're all American.
No, you're gonna have to do the 3-4 hour water bath canning for the meat and stuff.
That's it.
Yeah, all right, we're going to put this in here. We're going to come back to it after lunch.
Yeah, but it stops boiling 3 times because it's cyclical.
Well, some of them go constant, and that's the thing. You got to find one of those that goes constant.
As you're carrying a pressure canner onto state government land, I don't think they're gonna. They might think there's something else in that pressure canner thing.
That's why you're doing water bath. Constant boiling hot springs. Let's see if any come up. Crest Pool. Crest Pool. Let me bring it up here.
Some of those things
this
are so
national park. This is the only one that came up.
Yeah, look at the colors of the sand.
Yeah, 191.1 degrees Fahrenheit is almost constant boiling.
Yeah, what's the pH of that water? It's like either like acid or alkaline. You're gonna put your pressure canner in there or boiled water bath canner and just dissolve it.
It'll be pitted by the time it comes out.
Yeah, pitted, gone.
Yeah. Well,
so the glass jars right in the pool.
Yeah, that's what I say. You just you have the rack and you just set the rack right down in.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand right next to that and do that, Gil. Anytime. Yeah.
No. That's when you have that's when you have the boom truck and you just lower the rack down in.
Yeah. Okay.
The sulfur is got to be great for the lungs.
Yeah.
No, I'm being sarcastic. No. Just in case those people watching later don't realize I'm kind of sarcastic.
Yeah.
But I love sulfur.
Yeah. Evidently, there might be a couple others here, but you'd have to look up most Iron Mountain Hot Springs. Hang on, it's one of the hottest ones. That's in Colorado, Glenwood Springs, Colorado. Yeah. So yeah, there's a place you can look around to find where the hottest hot springs are. If you really want to try that, Mark, I wish you well. And
no, I never said I was going to try it. Don't even try to drop that crap on me, there, buddy boy. No, I like what King Poobah just said. I just wink at a bowl of chili and it starts to boil. No, that's because it's so freaking spicy hot. It boils just with the spices. That's why it boils.
No, the reason why it boils is he has Chuck Norris over for lunch, and Chuck Norris just looks at it.
It's the peppers he uses. You don't need to heat anything up. The peppers have already got it so hot you can't. Yeah, it's the peppers.
Can't touch it, can't eat it, can't look at it. Yeah, your nose starts to bleed, your eyes start to pop out of your head. Yeah.
All right.
We're on to you, King.
All right, here. So we have coming up here. Are you going to be trying to go live this week, Tammy?
No, I work Thursday, so there won't be a live on Thursday. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So for my channel, well, wait. Mark, are you going to do anything?
So funny you mentioned that. Just leave me alone a second. So I got my GoPro out and I did some quick videos of me throwing 8-ounce flounder fillets in the freeze dryer and then taking them out, weighing them, showing that. The last part I have to do is rehydrating it and cooking it, and I will compile that down into, I don't know if it's just going to be a short video or just some kind of a quick video of, hey, freeze drying 8-ounce sole fillets and rehydrating it and making it with, a shrimp stuffing and baking it in the oven. So going from frozen to freeze dried to rehydrated to cooked with stuffing and then on a plate and eat it. And yes, I that one is now on my top right. I've got, I'd say 70% of that in the camera. I just now have to compile it and try to edit it and make it stuff and make it something that I can be like, okay, I can kind of be proud of this one and throw it up on the Chef Tech channel. Yeah. Because that's more chef stuff. Magic is more the acres and gardening and stuff. So, although I might do it on both, who knows?
Yeah. All right.
You can't do it on both. You have to do one or the other.
Well, I could put it on one and then alter it and put it on the other one, doing something else, call it something else.
Yeah.
All right. So coming up tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping, my other channel, smells that can cause trouble in SHTF/Waukee. And we're going to be talking about the cooking smells, but there are going to be other smells that can cause problems for you too.
Well, when the poop hits the fan, you will spread that smell.
Yes.
Sorry. You have no choice there. Sorry.
Yeah. Thursday night is the midnight ride. Tactical Tuesday and Gray Man Prepping is at 8 time zones from there. The midnight ride on Thursday is 10 p.m. Eastern time, midnight in Rio de Janeiro. Friday night here on Camp Patton Family Compound, more chickens. So Saturday on Gray Man Prepping.
It's chicken math. Huh? It's chicken math.
Chicken math, exactly. Saturday on Gray Man Prepping, we're going to be talking about journals, personal, family history, disaster, gardening, cooking journals. you can do journals on just about every aspect of your life. All right. Next Monday here. Favorite things to can. So it's going to be, we're going to be looking for a lot of you from on the side chat there to be providing your favorite thing to can as well. Yeah, Courtney knows chicken math. Oh, Dustin, do you guys have power back yet? King Poopah, do you have power back? Because I know Joe canceled their live stream tonight because Courtney was without power. So give him a second to on his phone. And so anyway, so that's what's coming up here. And yes. All right. Oh, yes, he does. Yes. All right. Yes, he does have power back. Yes. Good. One of these days, I got hopefully, but the staff sergeant will be coming up here. I'm not sure if she's going to make it this month or not. Hopefully, she'll come up in June, and we can get some stuff done, and I'll get some videos of the staff sergeant for you, and we will have settled on what we're going to get for a power station for our backup power for in the house here. Yeah, well, when you have a dump truck go down the road and knock a lot of the power lines out, it's going to be sketchy for weeks afterwards. All right, everyone. Hang on, let me bring it up over here real quick here. Did I still have it up here? Nope, I don't. Dang it. So Cold War Preppers going live in about 6 minutes or so. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick here for you guys. I'll pull up the link for you and drop it in here. Oh, and those that follow Suspicious Observers, they put out a Big Burb video 3 hours ago. So okay, here it is. So yeah,
that's a short one. That's one I watched.
Yeah. And here is the link for Cold War Prepper. Once again, talking about government. So U.S. government, how it works and everything. So I'll see you guys over there. And everyone, remember, can more food. It's healthier than what you buy in the store. All right. See y'all later.
See ya.